If you've been following my channel, you probably know that from time to time I like to take popular songs and arrange them or rearrange them in an open tuning, usually, like in this case, open D tuning. And I also like to throw in the bottleneck. Now, songs don't really get more popular than Country Roads by John Denver, and here are a couple of ways I like to play that song. Now, after breaking it down, I will also discuss how I approach arranging a song. So let's start with a soulful, bluesy version. And here are the chords if you wanna sing over the song. Hopefully you'll do a much better job than me. Country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. You can kind of combine the two approaches. So that's sort of how I approach this song, and you just heard 3 choruses. And I'm gonna start breaking down the chord with the verses, and don't worry, I'm not gonna sing anymore. And before I get into the chords, you can find the tab over at patreon.com/blueswillismusic. Alright, so the song is originally in the key of A, but I rearranged it to the key of D, so it's not just in open D tuning, but it's also in the key of D. So it starts with an open D chord. I just basically play the strings open. And this is your root chord, that's your first chord. Now the second chord is gonna be a 6 minor, so that's gonna be a B minor. And a really quick and easy way of playing a B minor is just to locate your B notes on the 2 A strings. The 2 A strings are the 5th and the 2nd string. And if you fret them both at the 2nd fret, you'll get a B note, and playing the other notes will give you a B minor. So that's the 2nd chord in the verse. But you can also play a B minor chord up here. So because open D tuning is a major tuning, you're basically tuning your guitar to a D major chord. Now, so if you bar across any of the slides, so if you bar across any of the frets, alright, so if you bar across any of the frets with your slide across all 6 strings, you'll get a major chord. Like in this case, at the 9th fret, you'll get a B major chord, but we need a B minor. So we need to locate the major 3rd and lower it by a semitone or a half step or 1 fret to get the minor 3rd, which will make it a minor chord. Now we know that in open D tuning, the 3rd fret is our 3rd, the major 3rd in this case. So if we bar at the 9th fret and take any of our fingers and fret behind the slide at the 8th fret of the 3rd string, we'll get B minor, minor, major. So that is the 2nd chord of the verse. The 3rd is just an A major, then G major, back to D, our root. So you can play it like this. Or you can play it down here, sort of in an open position, which sounds like. your first chord. I just showed you how to play a B minor here. And then here's another A chord, A major. By the way, if you're interested in all the caged shapes in open D tuning, all the minor, major, seventh shapes, you can find a couple of videos up there. Those are very in-depth videos explaining how to transpose the whole cage system, and shows you basically all the shapes I just said in open D tuning throughout with the help of the caged system. So, but this is just real quick another A shape. And after the A, we go to G, which can be this barred, or there's G7 right here. And the fun thing with this is it's really reminiscent of your B minor. So basically you're taking your B minor that I just showed you, so you're only fretting the 5th and the 2nd strings both at the 2nd fret. That's the B minor. And if you wanted to make it a G7, you can add your index finger to the 1st fret of the F sharp 3rd string, because that's gonna be a G. So this is how we go from B minor to G major. Like, it sounds a little different with this inversion, but it will come in handy when we are playing the chords for the chorus. So far we did the open D, then this open B minor, we have our A major here, this G7, and back to open D. And this is basically the verse, two ways of playing the verse with the chords. Now let's get into the chorus, which is the most, I guess that's the most popular part. No one sings the verses, I guess. People like to sing the chorus, so let's do that. Alright, so the chorus also starts on D, and I also do D open basically. But instead of going to the 6 minor, it goes to the 5 chord, so that's gonna be an A. And it goes for that B minor after the A. And then it goes to G, and it comes in handy, the move I just told you. Back to D, then A, then G, and back to D, and sorry, I said I'm not gonna sing anymore. So the chorus one more time with open chords. D, then we go to A, then we go to B minor, then G7, D, going to A, G7 again, and D, with the barred slide chords. So these are the basic chords, and I wanted to look at the chords first so you can kind of get your bearings around the fretboard. And it's important to say, and it is a good point to mention, that in order to be able to well, first of all, write songs freely, but also to be able to arrange songs in any tuning, it's true for standard and open D as well, you have to know the fretboards and you have to know your triad inversions, your chord shapes. And this is why I start with the chords. And then the other component of arranging is the melody itself. Now let's break down the melody without singing. Yeah, I mess up one note, but so this is the end of the tune or the melody. So you have to map out the melody and map out the chords. And once you have the two things mapped out and you kind of know where they are, you can start putting them together. And the first step I like to do is just to get or add a bass note to the melody. I'm using my open D for the D chord, my open A 5th string for my A chord, instead of playing this whole B chord, I just play the second on the A string. Now here we go up really high for a B at the 9th fret, 1st string, but the chord is a G chord, because B is the major 3rd of G. We'll talk about that in a second with the G triads. But the thing is, I don't have an open G string in there. I only have an open D and an open A. I don't have a G. So I had to be creative and kind of use my picking hand to add the G on the 6th string, 5th fret. And then we're going back to E, or sorry, D, so we can use an open, again A, and I'm doing the same thing for the G like I did earlier in the arrangement for the B. So taking a B note and a D note, it can be implying a B, or it also can be implying a G as well. So it works for that too. Now let me just play it once again without speaking into it. Anyway, I hope you get the picture. Now, one thing I haven't showed you yet is what I did in the original bluesy arrangement when I came up here. What I basically do here is build a chord around the melody note. So at that point in the song we are going up, except I played it like this in the first time, but these are the same notes. F sharp, A to B, and because I think it kind of sounds a little thin compared to all the chords I was playing before and after, I wanted to fatten up the sound, so I added a G major triad. Because the chord is a G, like I'm implying with my bass, the B note, the melody note I'm playing is a B that is a major 3rd of the G. So adding a G, we almost have a triad. We just need the 5th degree of G, which is gonna be D, right here at the 8th fret of the 3rd string. And yeah. So I basically build this G triad at the bass rather creatively, and then I'm going back to D. So is there, melody wise, I'm gonna go down to an A note. So I'm gonna build a D triad, D major triad, around that A chord. So we know that we're gonna lower the D to an A, and the D major triad has an A, that's the 5th, an F sharp, that is the 3rd, and obviously a D, which is the root. So I have my A here, we have a G here at the 10th fret, so F sharp's gonna be under that, just a semitone, and we played that D 8th on the 3rd string in the G chord as well. Just it won't be the fifth anymore, it will be the new root of the chord. And here I'm using the same exact shape as I use for the G. So I have my A here at the 3rd fret on the 3rd string, D 5th on the 2nd string, F sharp is the 4th of the 3rd string. Basically, these are my triad shapes in D. Alright, so I think this concludes the lesson. I hope I give you a few ideas, a few pointers on how to approach arranging a song in a new tuning, but it could be true for the same tuning, just in a different key. So I think these are universally usable concepts, and I hope you will try them and let me know how it goes in the comment section. Also let me know if you have any questions. Also if you like the arrangement I did, leave that in the comment section as well. And of course I'm sure that the tab will help you more than my impromptu ramblings here. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and once again the tab is on Patreon, so thank you for watching and have fun with the song.